Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. Very excited to be back on this YouTube channel. And as you can see, the background is a bit different. I'm filming with a GG Osmo Pocket right now. It was way easier. I'm going to show you in this video all the bags that I sold, I previously owned, and why did I sold them, and if I do regret them or not. I will show you the pictures on the screen directly, and let's dive in. The first one that I sold is a Gucci bag. I'm gonna try to show you. I will add the photo here. It's way easier. So the first one that I sold is the Gucci. The name was Queen Margaret, I believe. It was with the big B. I definitely fell in love with this bag. I bought this one in the outlet in Paris. It was like La Vallée Village. The price was insane, very good price, like 70% off retail price. So it was very interesting. I fell in love with it because the color, limited edition, and so on. But in the end, I decided to sell it because I never used it. The time I bought it, I was younger and that was not much my style. I kind of regret it now because I love a very special bag. I love a very special limited edition, and it would be more my style right now. Not necessarily all my colors, but it would be easier to wear for me now. And this bag will be very hard to find, especially at a great price. I loved it, like the big B, but it was also very, very heavy. So, and I believe I made a profit on it. Yes, I believe I made a little profit on it, but because I bought it so low, I made a profit. And it was as new. The second bag that I sold was a Saint Laurent. Yes, I owned a Saint Laurent at some point. I never used it, actually. Never, never, never in my life. It's a sunset in silver hardware. I don't really like Saint Laurent bags. These are not my favorites. And I just bought it in auction. I think it was my first auction. One of my first auction for sure. And I bought it to probably like resell it, and I resold it to a colleague at my work because I was not ready to put it online yet. I did not, and I just talked to my colleagues that I had like a bag that I wanted to sell, and she was like, oh my god, I want it. Okay, so I was like, yeah, okay, fine. So yes, I did profit also about this bag because I bought it very cheap, and she also profited a lot because the price was still super interesting for her because I made her, of course, a price because I knew her. So it was a win-win for her and for me, and I don't regret this bag. I think it's a too sensitive bag. The leather was like very smooth, and I don't know. This is not bag that I like personally, so I was actually happy to sell it, and I made a profit. So all good. Another bag that I sold was a Gucci Interlocking G chain. This is the bag that I also bought in outlets, but in Barcelona this time, La Roca Village. But I believe it was like 9 years ago when I've done my first internship in Barcelona. I'm gonna have the micro here. It's easier. So this is the bag that I bought also outlet for not cheap, but for less that you could buy in store. And this is a bag that I used. Actually, it was very easy to wear. It was one of the first luxury bags that I had, like the third one, actually. Yeah, the third one. But it was such an easy bag to wear, very like fancy to wear for a party during a night. And grain leather was very nice. I don't regret selling it because I was not using it at all. I have other bags that replaced the bag, but it was a great like starting bag, and I was happy to have it. And I am happy that I sold it as well. I made a profit also on it because I sold it like 6 or 7 years later. So of course prices have increased. I did not make a huge profit, but I believe I had like 200 or 300 euro on it, which is already very good for bags. Another bag that I sold and that I actually used a little bit was a Pochette accessoire from a very, very limited collection. The collection was velvet, white, and black. And also you had like the black and red. This was a beautiful collection. I don't remember the name of the artist. I don't have it anymore, but But it was a very, very beautiful bag. Honestly, I loved it. You could wear it like as a crossbody or with a top handle. I loved it. And I resold it for like I made a profit, but very, very minimum. I think I made like 50 euro or 100 euro profit on the bag. It was not huge, and this is not the bag where I win lots of money, but it's still very interesting. Next bag that I sold, and I don't regret it actually, because it was white velvet, so I was afraid to, damage a bag. The next one is a book Tote from Dior. This was the Oblique one, and it was a large version. I actually regret selling this bag, but at the same time, not so much. I regret because this was such a good travel bag. Very easy. You could fit so much stuff inside, and openings was very easy as well. So for traveling was amazing. And I think I would buy again a book Tote, but the normal size, like the small version. And I think I will for sure. I don't know when. This is not in my priority, but I think. And I resold. I lost money on this one actually because I bought it in store, and so I kind of lost money also. Yeah, not so much, but still a little bit. But this one was sold to buy another bag that was on my wish list for 4 years. So it was one of my dream bag, my Chanel Velvet Boy. And so I didn't even think about it twice. I decided to sold it to buy the other one, and I don't regret it for this reason. Then another bag that I sold actually was my first mini Evelyne from Hermès. I bought it in store. It was like a Mauve Sylvestre, and I sold it because of a color. I thought, like the essay told me, like, no, I think it's a good color for you, and I was like, I don't know if I like pink or not, but I, in the end, decided to buy it. And I did regret it because it's not my color, and I, in the end, never used it, so I resold it to someone I know. Of course, I made a little profit on it, but not so much. I was not too greedy, and I don't regret it because in the end, I had another mini Evelyn that I prefer, better color for me. Then I had also a Vanity from Louis Vuitton. This one was so freaking cute. It was like a catwalk bag, and it's still available on purchase at the store, I believe. I don't remember. But now they are doing another version that I prefer actually. So I don't regret selling this bag because it was all the time turning around itself. So it was very annoying, to wear. But it was such a nice bag. I used it a couple of times and decided to resell. I actually did not make any profit, but did not ending losing money. I sold it for the retail price, so I was actually happy. I way prefer the new version of this bag that is smaller but way better, and I don't think it turns around all the time. So I think it's better. Okay, another bag also from Louis Vuitton. I love Louis Vuitton actually, so I buy, I sell, I buy, I sell. This was Nano Noe, but the first version. I was in love with this bag, and I asked my essay to find it for me. She found it so like quickly. It was sold out everywhere, but she sort out like found the bag very like easily and quick. So I bought it, but in the end I regretted a lot. So this is why I sold it because this was not a good quality. Like the crossbody part in leather was very thin, not good. You could not adjust. It was not a great one. I way prefer the new version. Way more expensive as well, but way better. So this one I sold it and made a profit also as well. I believe I made like 200 or 300 euro profit because I waited a little bit. I bought it just before COVID or during COVID, and then during pandemic, and then I resold it like a few years later. So of course, prices have increased in the meantime, and I made a profit. Then I had the Louis Vuitton Métis Pochette. I don't regret it. I used it. I loved it. But I have also the multi pochette accessoire that I prefer, and for me that it's easier to wear and more comfy. So I decided to sell the Louis Vuitton Métis Pochette, and I made a profit because I bought it first round when it was like cheap. I believe it was like 1,200 something, and I resold it when in store it was like 2,200 something few years later. So of course I made a profit, but it was still very interesting for someone to buy it because it was still cheaper from retail stores. So it was a win-win also, and I don't regret it. I don't. It was a great bag. If you hesitate between bags, I would advise you this one. But personally, I prefer the multi-pochette accessoire. It's kind of a similar one, and I had to sell bags to buy others. Also, I previously owned a toiletry pouch 26 from Louis Vuitton in monogram canvas. I sold it. I had such a hard time to sell it because I didn't really know what to do with it. I wanted this pouch for so long, and I bought it actually quite late in my life. Well, my life. Quite late. I could have bought it like way more is like before. And in the end, I did it later and never used it. And I believe it's because I bought it brand new and I was afraid damaged the pouch, so I decided to resell it. I made a profit, of course, because I've waited like 3-4 years. I've never used it, or maybe once, but it was as new. And I believe next time I buy this type of item, I will buy pre-loved and maybe vintage, because this way I'm not afraid of using it, guys. So yeah, I don't know, I was not ready to, and I was using it more as a pouch when I was using it, more than a toiletry pouch, actually. And right now I'm trying to sell, well, I'm considering to sell my mini Evelyne Blue Pale, because I'm considering this year adding something new to the collection, something from Hermès. And so I need to sell some few things of mine, and also a ring from Hermès, which is the one I'm going to add on the screen. Size is 51, and the name of the model, I believe it's like Collier or something like this. I don't remember. The mini Evelyne, I want to sell it for 2,590 euro, which is quite okay as a price. Very, very good. And it's as new, full set, invoice from the store. I've bought it in Barcelona. The invoice is also the year of my, and the date of my birthday, guys, because I bought it by the day of my birth. Anyway, so this is all for today. Let me know in the comment which bag did you sold, if you regret it or not. How much bags did you sold, if you have a huge collection or not, if you like to resell bags or not, if you make lots of profit or not. Always interesting to know about this. I have my own business of selling bags for you guys. I don't usually sell my own bags on my websites, because these are personal and not my clients' bags. But on my website, I sell your bags, actually. So if you have bags that you want to sell, contact me. I'd be very happy to sell it for you. And thank you so much for being here around. It's always a pleasure, to, well, make you videos. It's also a safe place for me. I hope it is for you. So thank you so much for being part of this beautiful adventure, I would say. I'm sorry for my little face. I'm feeling so tired today, but I wanted to film this video to release it soon. So I hope you enjoyed. Bisous!